Hey there, book baddies. Hope you are having a great day, weekend, week, whenever you're watching this. Welcome to the channel if you're new here. I hope that you stick around and like the content. Welcome back to anybody that has previously watched any of the videos. Today we are doing a book haul / filling a free little library. So I wound up getting a small book haul to donate all of these books to a free little library. If you haven't seen my my last free little library video, what I'm going to be doing going forward, assuming, you know, money and life allows, is every month I'm going to be getting a little book haul. Either I'm going to be thrifting that, or I'm going to try to find new books to be donating to free little libraries. Just because books are really expensive. Not everybody has access to books. Not everybody's able to get to libraries. So this is a really great way to give back to the community. So wanted to just go through my book haul, and then we will head out to find a little free library. Hoping to find a new one just because I want to try to hit different free little libraries. I know we have quite a few in my area, so we're going to see what happens. So first comes first, let's go ahead and unbox what we purchased. And I think I was able to get 12 books this month. I don't remember, if I'm going to be honest with you. And these are actually from Book Outlet, which is, I don't know if they ship internationally, but I know that they ship in the United States. They might ship in Canada. Typically speaking, places ship to both the US and Canada. So if you've never heard of Book Outlet, it's a really cool website where it's all overstock books that retailers couldn't sell. And this is a way to get those books for a little bit of a cheaper price. I got a haul late last year. Sorry. From them around, I think it was around Thanksgiving maybe last year, so maybe November of last year. And what's great about them is, again, all of the books are brand new, in great condition, but you're getting it for a lot cheaper than going to, you know, your retail stores like Barnes & Noble or your Targets, Walmarts, etc., etc. So if you haven't checked out their website, they're really cool. I recommend getting on their emailing list, just simply because they always send out when they have like either annual sales, biannual sales, and FYI, they do $5.99 fiction sales from time to time. It was either October or November. I think I wound up getting 25 books, not all for me. Some of them were like Christmas gifts, for like $100-ish. So I think that's how much it was. So it's a really great place if you're looking for some semi-popular books. They're not going to have the newest things on the shelf, but they have pretty relevant things, as you're going to see from what I'm pulling from the haul. So just kind of want to put a plug in there. And what's great about them is they ship everything in plastic. So one of my complaints is there's a lot of retailers that will ship books, but they're not wrapped in plastic, and then the package gets rained on, and then your book gets rained on. So it's like, thank you, but that's kind of annoying. So Book Outlet always wraps their boxes in plastic. So good on you, Book Outlet, for being smart about really knowing your product that you're selling. So we'll go ahead and get into this book haul. I think, again, I got 12 or 13 books to donate, and I tried to get a little bit for different genres, different ages, all of that kind of stuff. And they have stuff for every age on Book Outlet. So if you're looking for kids books, adult books, middle grade books, they have a little bit of everything. So let's see here. So I went ahead, I'm going to try to do this maybe by age and genre if I can get away with it. Let's see if I can find the kids' books real quick. So the first one is The Little Prince. I've actually read this myself, and I think that they turned this into a movie at one point. This is a great book for, I would say, middle grade. I read this as an adult and thoroughly enjoy it. I have a copy of this in my own collection, and I will always have a copy of this in my collection. I just think that this is a fantastic read for middle grade children and even into adults. Because again, I read this as an adult and I took away a lot from it. So highly recommend The Little Prince. It's great. Let's see here. Another child's book is I got Bridge to Terabithia, and this is a middle grade book, but it is a like hard life lesson middle grade book. I don't know, like this was adapted into a movie and it's a little traumatizing in my opinion. I like watched the movie and I was just like, oh my goodness. So I will say that parents, like if you want your child to potentially read this, read it first to know if your child is in a place to actually be able to handle the content. That's what I will say about this. Excellent book, but not everybody's going to be able to handle the content. So, Bridge to Terabithia. Let's see here. We have a couple of cute little books. Here's Summer Vacation, Here I Come. Again, this is obviously for younger children. And, oh, it's got, it has stickers on the back. That's so cute. I love that there's some diversity on this too. Yay, we love like a little diversity on our books. So that's really exciting. These pictures are really cute. So there's a book for our youngins. Another one that I found is Danny and the Dinosaur. Now this has been around this series has been around for a long time. I remember reading this when I was a child, so when I saw this I was like, oh, absolutely. And the pictures are just so cute and they're so bright. So got this one as well, and I think that the kids books were like $1 or $2 a piece. So just kind of a FYI, if you're looking for kids books, this is a great place to get some kids books for pretty cheap. I'm trying to see, is there any other children's books? I think the rest maybe adult books. Okay, so we'll start getting into the young adult books. So we got our YA fantasy. I have not personally read this book. I want to read this book. It's on my wish list. It's Legendborn. I've heard phenomenal things about this. And I know it's, I believe, a trilogy, and I think the second book is out. I don't know if the third, I think it's a trilogy, but I've heard fantastic things about this. Wanted to grab a copy because this is very popular right now. A lot of people are talking about it, so wanted to get this into the Free Little Library just because it is a really talked about book at the moment. Another one that's YA, at least I was told this is YA, is Belladonna, and this is a trilogy. Foxglove is already out, which is the second in the trilogy, and then Wisteria, which is the third one, is going to be coming out this year. I know that this is a very popular book series. I know a lot of people really love it, so I was glad to be able to pick up another book that is still really talked about on, like Instagram or Book Talk, etc., etc. So excited to get a copy of that in there. And I just love these book covers. Like I have this one and Foxglove in the hardback, and they are gorgeous. Oh, that reminds me, another thing about Book Outlet is you're going to come across not only paperbacks, but also hardcovers for really cheap. So just a little FYI for you. Oh, here's another, I believe this is YA as well. And this is A River of Golden Bones. I know that this is a trilogy. I'm not sure if the second or third one is out, but I just love this cover. I think it's so pretty. I did a little bit of research on this, and it sounded like a really interesting concept. And I know that a lot of people are really enjoying this. This is another one that's on my wish list that I haven't got around to getting or reading myself. So that is another one of the YAs that I got. And this is a hardcover. Again, I think these were $5.99. So $5.99 for a hardcover that's brand new is fantastic. So just a little FYI. Again, good stuff. Let's see here. I think we're getting into our more adult books now. I actually wound up picking up 2 thrillers because, again, I tried to get a little bit different genres. One of them is None of This Is True, and I see this book everywhere. I know that she's a really popular author for like thriller authors, so I see this book everywhere. Again, another hardcover, and I think this was probably $4 or $5.99, maybe $6.99, but for a hardcover, being a very popular book, that's a great deal. And again, I wanted to get a thriller to throw in there, just because I've seen this everywhere. This is another one on my wish list because my wish list is literally never ending. And then we got A Flicker in the Dark, which is another thriller that I've been seeing more recently. I'm not a big thriller reader, so I'm definitely not, I don't know a ton about thrillers. All I know is like these are thrillers. And if you can't see, there's actually a 20% off Target sticker. And this is what I mean by these are just overstock from major retailers. One thing that I don't know if I mentioned, oh, this one doesn't have it. A lot of these books, if it bothers you, will have like lines or dots. I don't know if you can see the line or the dot. And they mark those as like overstock because sometimes people will get books for really cheap and then they'll resell them. So it's like a way to prevent reselling, whether you agree, disagree. But if you don't like any markings on your books, Book Outlet might not be a good place for you. But this one doesn't have one of the markings. Actually, quite a few of these. This one doesn't have a marking. So actually, some of these don't have any of the markings that they put on them as overstock books. So we got Flicker in the Dark. We also got the Collected Regrets of Clover. I believe this is a romance. I've seen it at quite a few places, but I don't know a ton about it myself. But I just thought the cover was super pretty. Again, I know I see it quite a bit. I just don't have a lot of experience or knowledge because I've not seen a lot of people like review this on the accounts and stuff that I follow. So, but I have seen it. It had good reviews on Goodreads. So I wound up picking this up, another hardcover. Another one, oh, no, this one does have the dot. And I picked up a couple of adult romances. I know Kennedy Ryan's new book just came out, but they had Before I Let Go, and I've heard phenomenal things. I might have bought a copy for myself because this has been on my wish list for a while, and I think these were $5.99, so yes. So the Before I Let Go is supposedly absolutely amazing, and I know that she just came out with I believe the second book in the series, and I know a ton of people talk about this, so I wanted to get this because I've heard really, really good things about it. And then we also have The Spanish Love Deception, which is another adult romance. I've heard really mixed things about this book. I've heard some people love it, and I've also heard some people don't love it. So, but I know that it's really talked about right now. Oh, this one has a couple little dinties in the pages. So I wanted, again, really focus on trying to get some stuff that is being talked about on the internet, somewhat newer, so that people can really enjoy stuff that's kind of popular right now. But that was the last one that I got from Book Outlet to actually donate. I did wind up buying maybe one more thing for myself, and that is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I've heard this is amazing. Again, this was like $5.99, so I may or may not have bought a couple books to add to my own personal collection just because of how cheap they were. So sue me. And then I also have just a couple of books from my own collection that I'm donating. I meant to donate these last month and I forgot them when I went out. And so I was like, I'll just hold them back. And these are books that I either don't think I'll ever read again, didn't like, was given, did some more research. So these are ones that I'm donating from my own collection right now. One of those is The Great Gatsby. It's a classic. I personally don't really like this book myself. I know a lot of people love it. I don't understand why they love it. I thought it was kind of boring. So that's why this is getting donated, because I will never pick this book back up again. And then we also have, this book is pretty beat up, but Ready Player One. I really enjoyed this book and I really recommend it to a lot of people. I don't foresee myself rereading this book, which is why I'm going to wind up donating it. This is another one of the books that was adapted into a movie. The movie kind of wasn't great in my opinion. Like, the book is definitely a lot better, but it's really good. Highly recommend if you're into like sci-fi books. And I think that this is definitely like I could see middle grade or like older reading this, but I read this as an adult and really enjoyed it. I couldn't put it down. So hoping that somebody else will really love this, pick it up, and enjoy it as much as I did. We have Blackout. I actually got this in a Goodreads book giveaway, and it's an LGBTQ book, and I just couldn't get into it. It just wasn't for me, so I'm donating it, hoping that somebody else picks it up and can actually get a lot of enjoyment out of the book. It just wound up not being a book for me, so that's why I'm giving this one away and hoping that somebody else can enjoy it. This book was given to me by a friend, and after I did a little bit of research into it, I was just like, no, this isn't going to be for me, because my friends and I will exchange books and stuff from time to time, like, hey, I'm not planning on reading this. And this one is Winter Girls. I know that this is not new, like this has been around for a long time. I don't even really remember what this is about, but I'm never going to read it, so I figured I can pass it along. Somebody else might fall in love with it, so that's kind of why this is going. This is another one that one of my friends gave me, and it's The Book of Life. And I thought I was going to be interested in reading this, but after doing some reviews, looking at some reviews and doing more research into it, I don't think that this is going to be for me. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to hopefully somebody else that will enjoy it and get something more out of it instead of it just sitting on my bookshelf. So I'm going to pass that along. We got one more, and this is the Foxwife. This was one of my Book of the Month books. I personally did not enjoy this book at all. I thought it was very long-winded, and it's just not my style of book personally. I think that a lot of people could enjoy this book. It's just not for me, basically. So I think other people will enjoy this. I just don't think that I didn't like it. I'm just gonna donate it, hoping that somebody else can find love in this book, and we'll go and hopefully that'll be that. So those are all of the books that I'm going to be donating today into the free little libraries. So I'm really excited to be able to do this for another month in a row. So going to be heading out to a free little library, gonna find one around here. And it is really hot today, so I'm like, oh gosh, am I going to be sweating this whole time? Because this is I think one of the hottest days so far this year. I think it's in the 80s, and it's only middle of May. So not looking forward to getting out there and sweating, but it's okay. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it out of the way, but really excited to be able to donate again this month. So let's go fill some of those free little libraries. So, found a new little free library, and I'm so glad I wound up coming to this one. While it was really small and had some books in it, the book selection was rough. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, I would not pick up any one of these books that are in here, so I'm really glad that I found this one to actually put some more relevant reads for people to find. And let me just tell you, I am sweating. Girl is sweaty. It is hot. So I'm glad that I was able to actually stuff everything in there. That free, like, little free library. She needed some love. She needed some love because that was some rough stuff. But I'm sweating, so I'm going to get the car turned on and get some AC rolling. But I'm glad I got that taken care of. Glad I found one that need a little bit of love, some more relevant reads. So glad that that's all been squared away. Hope to see you next video. But yeah, I got to get out of this heat because I'm sweating. So have a good one. Glad you came along, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.